Is there a particular reason why you're denying your husband his conjugal right?
Thank you very much. Because ask her that thing again. Because I hear conjure inside.
I don't touch you because you dress like a grandma.
It is 4 a.m. in the morning. What man will actually want to send anybody out at this hour?
Can't you see that you are smelling? You are smelling of poverty.
You and your man attack my finances. You know now?
In a show, I don't tell you that I don't have any spirit hospital.
Enough!
Hi, Good Life family. What is up? And welcome welcome back to the YouTube channel. It is I, Mimi, and you are welcome to a new video. If you're seeing this face for the very first time, well, on this channel, I make awesome content on movie reviews, story times, and other amazing content. So if that is the kind of content that you're interested in, or you just like me, do have to stay glued to the space by clicking on the subscribe button to get subscribed to the channel and join the family. Click on the bell icon that pops up right after you subscribe. That will help you get notified if and whenever I put out new amazing content like this one. That being said, I'm guessing that prior to clicking onto this video, you already saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. That means you know the vibe. So without any further ado and time wastage, let's get into the review of today. Today, I will be reviewing for you the movie titled A Crazy Day with Dr. Olivia,
showing on Ogbonna TV on YouTube.
If you've seen the movie, do also leave your own opinion in the comment section about how you feel about the movie, and I will be in the comments chatting with you guys. And then if you haven't seen the movie, I would recommend you go watch it. Watch the then come back here and tell me how you feel about the movie, just the same way I'm telling you how I feel about it. And that being said, let's get into the review. This particular movie takes us on a journey of two different families with uniquely similar problems, and how Dr. Olivia, being the therapist in this particular movie, guides them towards finding a long-lasting solution to all of their issues, all the while battling her own problems. The notable faces in this particular movie are Ogbonna, Judy, the content creator, Lizzy J, the content creator and comedian, Okusaga, I hope I got that correctly, the beautiful and ever gorgeous Bolaji Ogunmola, and of course Edu herself. This particular movie is a comedy. It is plainly a comedy, in as much as you cannot take away from it the fact that it also conveys some very important life messages, but it is purely comedy. So if you are a fan of comedy, if you like to laugh, you like to just watch a movie and just when you finish watching a movie, you feel as if you're high because you've laughed a lot till your stomach hurts, or you're just looking for how to have a good laugh this particular period, do also go check it out. I highly recommend that if you're in love of comedy. And then if you're not, still watch it. Right? Go and watch it and come back here and leave your reviews. I mean, your comments about how you feel about the movie here. This particular movie was a very simple movie, straight to the point, no unnecessary time wastage, no unnecessary deviations. And I love the fact that it depicted real life situations in a very light-hearted and comedic way. You even forget that these are actually real issues that people are facing, right? I'm not trying to spoil the movie for anybody, but just know that the movie does portray some real life scenarios and real life situations. I love how it shows the dynamics of family drama and ups and downs that people face in relationships and in marriage. I also love how this movie depicts that a person can, in a bid to help some other person solve their own problem, realize the problem that they themselves are facing and become a better person, because that was actually depicted in this particular movie and I loved it. This movie has good video quality, good audio video quality. I love the fact that the videos are very clear, very bright and beautiful. I love the props. I love the locations that this movie was shot in. I think that they were really beautiful. I just feel like everything in this movie just, was in sync, from the location to the actors, the way they deliver their roles. I really, really highly commend them on that, and I think they did a wonderful job. That is just basically in my opinion. For my own personal impressions of this particular movie, I love the fact that all of the actors really brought in their A game. Or, okay, most of them, because I just feel like Saga's own portrayal of his character was quite lax. To be quite honest, I didn't see him bring his A game as much as the other people did. But then he was with Bolaji Ogunmola, and she's one of the chemistry machines as far as this YouTube space is concerned. So I think her own energy combined with his own, in as much as he didn't really do too much, I just feel like he didn't do badly per se. I just feel like he could have done better, right? He could have actually done better to portray his own character in a better way. I just feel like he was relaxed and he wasn't really giving it all. I honestly feel like that was like the kind of movie that I feel like he does well in, because I think Saga plays does well in playing husband in a movie. If you have seen the movie The Best Man Win, showing on Bolaji Ogunmola TV, that was where I got the impression he just basically does so well as a husband. But then this particular movie, I didn't think he brought his A game that much. He wasn't bad entirely. It's just that I feel like he could have put in more effort to deliver his role properly. Aside from that, every other person brought in the A game, and even the small boy, the child that played the child of the Yoruba family in the particular movie, the boy did actually well for his age. I love that, and I love it for all of them in the movie. All of them brought in their A game. Judy was so hilarious. Judy and Ogbonna together, that combo. I look forward to seeing them in another movie because first of all, I didn't even know that Judy was already into acting and in the acting space. If you don't know her, she's a content creator, and I think she majorly creates content on Instagram and TikTok. I was surprised to see her on this movie, but I didn't know she was into acting, and she did so remarkably well. If you want to have a good laugh, I promise you, you will laugh your lungs out in this. Like the way they played their role with the whole combination of Igbo and English and Pidgin English, wonderful portrayal of their character. They killed their roles. They brought in their A game. I love it for them. I also love how Inido played her role. I love that her costume, the costume they gave her in that movie. It was in sync with the character she was playing, right? Someone that was going through a lot of challenges. Her overall costume, including the wig she was wearing, it just showed that this particular person is going through stuff. And it was awesome. Like, it was so fantastic. Also, I was happy to see Lizzy J. I never knew, like, all these content creators and comedians, I didn't know, like, they were into acting, I was happy to see Lizzy J in this movie. And when she came, and I was like, when I saw her speaking fluent English, I was like, when did all this one start, right? And then when she switched back to her Yoruba accent, I laughed. I said before, Uncle, you can take the girl out of the streets, but you cannot take the street out of the girl. So funny, so hilarious. This movie, I give this movie a thumbs up. It was how well this movie played into the comedic genre. I love it. The movie was so funny, no dull moments. It's just a thing of, with comedy, you can't force it, right? If it's not there, it's not there. If you're not funny, you're not funny. But then these people did exceedingly well. I love how they nailed their roles to the T. The movie was a very simple movie, so there was no much depiction of, passage of time or any form of character development. It was a short film in the sense that it was basically a day, like a single day. I think for the duration of the movie, it's not really short because so many other movies here on the space of YouTube are almost, an hour plus. But like, I mean, it's short in the sense that it was just a day in the movie. Every other scene that they showed was just, like flashbacks and journey through, the time to be able to convey the message properly. Aside from that, it was a short, simple film. I love that they kept the movie short and simple. They went straight to the point, no unnecessary drama on the side and deviations. They killed it, and I love it. The scene where they came for therapy, was so funny. The therapist wanted to escape. Or see, tell them I'm not around. You're not around, okay? Madam, you're around though. You must be around. I bet you want to do therapist in Nigeria. you will be around. In Jesus' name, you must be around. And also, if I wonder how therapists in Nigeria are faring, considering the fact that Nigerians are very dramatic people. If you know someone if you are a therapist, please do want to share your experience with us in the comments. And then if you know someone, if you know someone personally who's into like therapy here in this Nigeria, is practicing here in Nigeria, I beg, I want to know, like, just give me an idea what a day in the life for them would be like, because it's not going to be easy. The part where the spiritualist told Somto that his wife was having oh my god, that his wife was having a spiritual husband. It was so funny and intriguing that the thing that even annoyed him more about the idea of the spiritual husband was that someone else was following him to chop his work after he paid bride price. Like, of all things to be bothered about. That was so funny. Like, like, if that was true, like, is that like number one thing that he's supposed to be worried about? Like, it was so funny. And then the person, the spiritualist, went on to bring out a POS machine for him to make payments when he said he didn't have cash. Oh my god, please. It was so funny. If you love comedy, I highly recommend you go watch this movie. It was funny from beginning to the end, no dull moments, right? So if you're someone that likes to have a good laugh at watching a movie, I highly, highly recommend this particular movie. You would enjoy it. And the only minor flop I'll say about this movie was, I don't know if it was deliberate, but then if it was deliberate, then that's good. But then if it wasn't, I just feel like this movie didn't really carry us along with the Yoruba couple's journey as much as they did with the Igbo couple. If you're seeing the movie, you know that they mainly explained the challenges that the Igbo couple were facing more than they did that of the Yoruba couple. And I felt a stronger emotional connection with the Igbo couple because they basically carried us throughout the journey, right? I understood them in-depthly because they showed us every single thing step by step. Whereas the Yoruba couple, they just scratched the surface on the challenges they were facing. I mean, they needed to give us like some explanation as to how the husband was suddenly accusing his wife of not like of the child, of paternity fraud, of the child not being his child. That was like a serious allegation that you cannot just sweep under the carpet and then not explain to us further. I really wish that they had given us like some backstory as to what the problem was that the man was facing, because when they came for the therapy session, he just said some very shallow surface stuff and he didn't really give us like an understanding, because he really piled some serious accusations on top of his wife's head. I mean, like, I would have really liked for him to explain to us how did they get there, right? They didn't. I didn't think they did justice to the Yoruba family's story as much as they did to the Igbo story. And also, when the therapist was giving them the therapy session, when she was talking to the Igbo couple privately, I don't like how she only pointed out the wrong of the husband in the whole situation, whereas they both had their faults, right? I know that the wife was, could understand where the wife was coming from, considering that she did not sign up for that kind of life, and then everything just happened all of a sudden and she was overwhelmed and all, but that does not still justify the harshness in her approach towards it. I just wish the therapist had also pointed out the issues that the wife had and a better way that she could approach such a situation, as opposed to just pointing out the man's issues and just leaving it at that. That was like really partial for someone who is supposed to be a professional. That's my opinion. But then you can let me know how you feel about the therapy session with the Igbo family in the comment section, and I will be there to read your comments and also reply. I also love how this life of helping other people to, fix their family issues helped her to look inwardly and see the reason for her own family issues. And I love that all things were settled and everybody lived happily ever after. I love simple movies. I love movies with happy endings, if I'm to be honest, right? If it's not a horror story. I mean, like, why should things be going wrong left, right, and center? In conclusion, I'll say the movie was good. All of the actors rather killed their roles perfectly well. The video quality was good. The sound was also good. The movie, they kept it simple, short, and sweet. I love that. I would always pick a short and simple movie where everybody kills a role over a movie that is a complicated story, and then they end up not being able to deliver properly. So that's, I just love like people to just respect themselves. You know what you have, you know your budget. Keep your movie short, simple, straight to the point, right? And when you want to do a complicated story, go and make your research and be ready with your characters, with your everything, as opposed to coming to come and give us complicated storyline and you yourself, you can't even deliver properly. You come and give us confusion here and there's so many loopholes in the movie and that cannot be explained. I love that these people knew that they had a short time, small budget, they kept it simple, straight to the point, and killed it. Perfect. Thumbs up to them. You did a wonderful job on this particular movie. I highly recommend. Overall, I'll give this movie a 7 over 10. Not because it's the best movie on the YouTube space so far, or because they did exceedingly well, in as much as they could have done better in some aspect. I just love the fact that the story was good, how they were able to portray real life situations, real life challenges in a very comedic way, and in a way that it doesn't distract you from the message that is being passed, but then it is just on a light note, on a light-hearted note, no too much sad emotions here and there, in as much as there are some sad movies that are good, but I love that this movie portrayed real-life situations and challenges in a funny way. I love the fact that the movie was interesting from the onset all the way to the end. No dull moments, no part of the movie that keeps you guessing what happened or what did not happen. I think they did really, really good. And that's why I'm giving the movie a 7 over 10, because in the category that it falls into as a short comedic drama, I think they did very well. I think they stayed true to the theme of this particular movie and they delivered their role perfectly. Share your own comments about this movie in the comment section. Tell me the parts of the movie that you like. Tell me what you consider to be the major or minor flops in this particular movie. I'll be in the comments replying and responding to all of your comments and interacting with you guys. And that brings us to the end of this particular video. If you enjoyed this video, and I mean if you're still watching right now, that means you enjoy it. So do also subscribe to the channel, join the family, click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I post new videos like this. And until I come to your screen again, I remain me, your girl, and I love you all dearly. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.